Great God's War Call.
Unspelling Phoenix.
Scared. Very scared, Ira.
Almost beaten to death, Ryder Hopkins.
Almost there as well, Rex Rivers.
Gopher was fine.
And I am your DM. Welcome back to Misroll Adventures, where the players make
Go
plans and horribly execute them.
Gopher sounds so disappointed.
It's beautiful, Mason.
In the last one, they had a lot of conversation with the mistress of Dragonspear, and eventually found a portal to Mechanus after some long discussion of the whole purpose that she was there, when she got stuck being deranged, and all this other stuff. But traveling to Mechanus through this portal, the device that Felix held took the gemstone off of the old crown that they had uncovered in the tomb of the Four Nations. Traveling through Mechanus in the absurdly distorted and oddly depicted realm, they found themselves in a cul-de-sac, a smaller city, but traveling in it seemed to be substantially larger than it actually was due to the perspective of the area itself. Speaking to an attendant, they were effectively arrested, but the arrest was less for, I guess, breaking any sort of code of conduct or order. They traveled to speak to a higher authority after getting their shit rocked by decision of attempting to not get transported. Not knowing of the magical effect at the time, but majority of them succeeded, minus Gopher, and proceeded to then get destroyed. Speaking to the higher authority, Felix's device seemed to have been a device of the higher authority who had pieces of themselves stolen. These pieces are absurdly powerful in their own right mind or their own nature, and by using one with the proper keystone transported here, the higher authority didn't demand it back, but heavily insinuated that they wanted it back. As the four massive constructs surrounded everyone. But I digress. After returning it to him, the higher authority created a staff out of seemingly its own body to replace the device for Felix, where the gemstone now resides, stating that they have free reign to travel to Sigil or Sigil whenever they so desire. And that's where we're catching back up. So, everyone, you are currently standing, surrounded still, as the higher authority is far above you. The entity stares down.
I am known as Primus. Should the need arise, return to Sigil, where you may speak to me. Do not abuse this right, for it will be revoked should the need arise.
And in an instant, you are all standing back at the attendant.
Okay.
Clutched in your hand, Felix, seems to be a mechanically driven and constructed staff with the gemstone sitting at the base. It does require attunement. However, you seem to still be able to attune to it, even though you have above what you can currently attune to.
Neat.
Neat. Anyways, what's everyone doing? As you are
Leaving.
sitting, or not sitting, standing, well, some of you leaning against.
Ryder on the ground.
I'm conscious, right?
Yeah, you got
On the
11 hit
ground
points.
still.
Or 12
You,
hit
you
points.
didn't get to. You didn't get
12.
to stand up.
But, anyways,
You were healed on the ground. You never had a moment to stand up.
what are you all doing?
Every moment I linger is another moment that I might be killed. I am leaving.
I agree. I don't want to go through that experience again. I really
Oh.
don't have a need to be here.
I'm gonna follow.
How about you, mistress?
Well, if you're leaving, I'm going to have to leave with you. But, I mean, this place is definitely different. There's a lot that we could possibly learn here.
Yeah.
But if you feel the need to leave, then I will follow.
I think for now, everyone wants to leave. We're not exactly in the best of shape at the moment.
You look at her, and she is also like toast. She's not doing great in her own position. She has a mark the size of what you can assume was the fist, and radiant burns all across her body as well.
She took more of a beating than any of us combined.
She might not be in a great state.
We are in a land governed by absolute order and law.
Absolute.
Ultima.
Ultima!
Oh god.
Privacy
What the hell is
in
this
background.
Ultima?
This
That might-
was my
All right,
intention.
Aaron, let's get out here. I'm afraid of this word.
Such devastation.
This was
was
definitely
mine.
their intention. But you start making your way back. When you do, you notice that the doorway is closed. However, Felix, you can open it with your now fangled staff. When you walk through and start following that path, Ryder, you notice that your rocks are gone.
Aw. My
Rock.
slings!
You
Rock
gather
Gong.
that there's several things that could have happened. For one, this place seems to be what you can assume is probably the more correct answer. Since this is the dimension of true order, anything that does not belong does not exist.
Oh, wait, we don't belong here. Fuck!
As you travel with Felix, and that ticking is no longer there, you gather that perhaps that ticking was your demise soon approaching. Let's just say it was a very good thing that Felix decided to walk in, because you guys had 30 seconds.
Oh.
It's gonna be
So
gone.
literally the one person who had to come with us stayed outside.
Yes.
Wow.
Hey, you wanted to test coming back?
Yeah.
But I digress. Your stones are
I
gone.
could've-
However, it's a straight path anyways. So you just follow it for an unseemingly amount of time and come out on the other end, where you see the warbling portal once again closed. That gets opened by Felix.
How much time seems to have passed in the mortal plane?
Time seems to have passed at a normal rate.
It's been 20 years.
The time that passes in Mechanus is probably equal to whatever plane you were departing from.
That would be a fair estimate.
Oh,
That's good.
However, you are the first known subjects to now have traveled to Mechanus.
I throw up some oil and some gears.
I'm so famous now.
Well,
I can tell everyone stories at the bar.
well, you are historically now important, I suppose. However,
Right.
decide the point.
Good thing that in like a week's time, that won't matter because the world will be potentially in.
If the world is destroyed, we'll just all flee to Mechanus.
That's not the plane you want to flee to.
You're right, the Shadowfell is better.
Give me
You
one second,
know,
I'll look
in
this one up.
between Mechanus and the Shadowfell, it might be.
I will give you time to discuss your next plan. I'm going to let Gizmo out of the room.
Alright, so what shall we do?
Return to El Terrell and wait the 2 days.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
shouldn't we bring the mistress back to Dragonspear first?
She can walk.
Yeah, I think she has her own way of transportation to get back.
Well, she did leave and then come back, so I'm sure she
Yes.
can go on her own.
Yeah. Anyone else we can recruit for the attack?
No.
Did we named off every possibility already, and the mistress was the last one, I'm guessing.
Yeah. We pretty much we discussed and figured it out. Anyone that we could go and talk to, pretty much either already had an issue that we had to go take care of, or want us dead.
So, as you guys are discussing this, the mistress pitches in. Why don't we just go and discuss with his lordship at Tian?
Ooh. Yeah, I forget, you were a rampaging dragon. They're all heretics?
Metabeam.
As you, through the staff of the newly acquired Mechanus realm, you send your knowledge beam straight into your brain.
Oh shit, that was a death beam!
Oh,
That was, we just microwaved her brain. Oh, fuck.
Oh no, I accidentally cast power word kill. Oh no.
Ooh, Island.
Anyway, to flee to Uwu Island. As you discuss everything that happened at Tian, for one, she completely is concerned. Like, they put a bounty on me? I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's a rampaging situation.
Oh,
You'll
we
be
didn't
happy.
know it was you.
You'll be
Right.
happy to know we cashed it, and it was quite lucrative.
Oh my god, she's gonna chime us as criminals now and be like, you must return everything you.
No. Beside the point. He really said something like that.
Can I still find that page with all of Bahamut's angry writing on it?
Yeah, easily enough. Filled
It's
several pages worth. You have a direct
Normally this
line
fades.
to. First off, you pull that out. You show that you have a direct line to Bahamut.
It's known in the church. I forget not everyone had that connected to it.
I haven't been a part of the church since becoming the mistress of Dragonspear.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, long story short, these normally fade. He's very angry about them.
well, and you see her tilt her neck and it cricks a little bit. I feel that I could, let's say, put a good word in for you. Can he not decide whether or not he wants to be in this room or out of this room?
I think he wanted a bite to eat.
Oh. Okay, gotcha. Gizmo has kept running in and out of the room, but he wanted to eat, so now he's laying down. I think I can put in a good word for you. And you can see her eyes sort of shift to that differing color. the draconic hue.
It would be appreciated, but at the same time, we are, well, they are wanted.
His lordship has always sort of had a, shall we say, single-minded thought process. If he's shown, and this is just my belief of the situation, if he's shown the larger perspective, he's more likely to follow suit. I'm going to assume that because of who you all are, even you, Felix, that your words were falling on deaf ears, unfortunately. He's had a lot of responsibility and has been... He's had his thoughts muddled, some. You can see that she actually looks down, and in her head, you can see she is conflicted. Her face is almost pale, her eyes are darting left and right, trying to grasp a situation or trying to turn thoughts to words. And she looks back up. He's another of Bahamut's chosen.
Shocker.
But not just Bahamut's.
I don't like what you're implying.
I'm not happy with the situation either, but I think it'll be easier if we go and talk to him now. Well, not now. Let's sleep on it and decide. But I'm saying
I think we need to understand what's going on the continent to the north first.
oh, the continent to the north. You're talking about so you know about that then.
Oh yes, quite familiar.
I was from there somehow. We know he's got we meta beamed everything, so she knows that he
Okay.
was screaming about how he's imprisoning them up there.
Yes. Okay. I see. All right. Well, he has quite literally shown you our hand, more or less.
So you're also privy to this plan of locking up those chosen.
The plan wasn't mine to make. And myself solely cannot dissuade in that path. But yes, I do know about it. It was, it was made primarily by his lordship and his deceased wife. The facility was made and the decision was made solely by them before the rest of us really knew what was going on. From what he told me and the Grand Maven, he and his wife were both chosen by Bahamut, and his wife was slain. Slain by the cult, if it's not obvious. But in doing so, it halted our progress, which is why he demands to have what they created
What
still
was
function.
the name of Vaughn's city again?
Vaughn's City?
Yeah,
Give me one moment.
because it was his daughter who was the chosen of Bahamut, correct?
Gwyn?
No,
Quinn's
Quinn's
mom.
his
Quinn's
Quinn's
is
his
the
granddaughter.
Right.
Give me one moment to find. Struenhill was the city. Um,
So I'm gonna ask if he was from there or his wife was.
um, I don't believe so. So you're asking if
Okay.
the
Yeah, and then I'm gonna ask if she knew of the chosen in there then. She doesn't
oh, I see.
think.
Oh, okay, sorry, I was misinterpreting. I thought you were asking if like Vaughn and Quinn were from that city. I got it mixed up.
No.
So can you rephrase what you were asking?
I'm trying to put together if Vaughn's daughter, Quinn's mom, is his wife.
Oh, if
Uh,
Quinn's mom was
yeah, we
his
don't have a
wife.
name for her. We just know she was a
Mama
chosen of
Quinn.
Bahamut.
Mama Quinn.
Yes. Well, so based off of what Vaughn has described from the family legacy is the madam is the one that is reigns hold over the legacy at that time. So their namesake sort of vanishes once they become the madam. Uh,
Mademoiselle.
based off of what how Tion seems to have been ruled. It's been primarily like king and queen situation where the king holds the authority as well. So this is not the same sort of, I guess, oligarchy. Is that the proper?
Well, I mean, if
Frame?
he ruled in a different town that was destroyed, he doesn't have to come and rule in another.
Ah, uh, no. She looks
Okay.
and she's thinking, and it's not tethered to that circumstance, but bringing up uh that to um to the mistress, she looks and says, "So wait, you know of somebody else who is a chosen of Bahamut?"
I'll do it again,
Yeah.
Felix. The
What?
elbow is ready. Right for the ribs.
Oh my god.
Why? I'm literally the one talking. Do you want me to shut up at this point?
Don't
What do you
hold it
want
out.
from...
Tell her.
Phrase. We have been told of someone who was
Dun, dun,
and
dun,
who has passed? Question mark.
exclamation point.
Okay. So this layers very difficultly. On both ends there are 5 chosen. Tiamat's 5, Bahamut's 5. Myself, his lordship, and the Grand Maven are 3. His wife was the 4th. We never found the 5th. When his wife was slain by the cult of the dragon, the gift, the boon, the mantle, as it were, was taken by the cult. So right now, there are only 4 of the chosen from our end, at least, as far as I can understand. There's us 3, and then this 4th one that you are now saying that you found, or at least you did find.
We met her father, who told of their kingdom being destroyed, and things do not look in the favor of her being alive in any form. Although we do have her daughter, which, judging from descriptions, may have at least a fraction. Don't understand how any of this works. I tell
It's
her
something
the
to, it's
name
something
of
to
the
look
city.
into. I'm not sure. I'm not necessarily sure how it all works myself. I just know that between the 2 sides, we've been at battle for a while. Goes a little bit beyond just the war between us and the Cult of the Dragon at this point. It's been a long-standing fight. These powers get passed from person to person willingly, and at this point unwillingly, depending on the circumstance. It's possible that the mantle was passed to somebody else before her demise, but we won't know, and we realistically can't know unless we talk with them.
Which I think we can set up with you. I think that it's just the only one we can't bring with is Ryder.
Yes.
Well, that's not necessarily a surprise.
He's starting to make good decisions finally.
Well, I mean, I hope that you start to make more redeemable quality decisions, but I mean, you made a good step in at least aiding myself and having decent ideas to formulate.
Thanks, I guess.
Sorry,
I hope
I'm not
next
much,
time we meet, you aren't a shitbag.
I'm not much of a. You can see she's actually very flustered because the words are kind of escaping her mind. She's got a lot running through it.
Don't worry, it's Ryder. It's not all of us have been on the best terms with him because of his decisions.
Right.
This entire thing is a work in progress.
I can tell you one thing, though, about his lordship. Just as the mantle from Bahamut can be stolen, so too can the energy from Tiamat. And we've reclaimed 2 of them already. For a while now, we've believed that it was 3-3 at this point, but we might actually have the upper hand. Maybe. Again, this is with the understanding of what's going on with the other one, but this is good news, just news that I wasn't necessarily expecting to discuss.
But how can you tell if someone has these sort of gifts?
Typically, we'll react to one another. when one has it, there's sort of, I guess, like
Connection.
an inner, yeah, like an inner feeling that you know that the other is one. In some cases, it's by touch. In others, his lordship could just tell. Maybe he was one of the first chosen, and that's why it might be a little bit more potent, but
I want to try something that if you say by touch, I start unraveling my hand.
Touch.
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 what happened to your hand? Do you want to describe your hand again, just for the sake of, since it's been a while?
Tyler, what do you mean it's
It's-
just a hand?
Yeah, it's just totally normal hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's horribly marked up, arcane runes and lines everywhere, and a crystal shoved through the palm out the back of the hand.
Oddly
and it's
similar, Ryder.
It's not a nice polish. It's rough. It's straight through. You can tell it's through. Let's long story short, let's just say I used to live in a nice little town before I was a member of the Church of Bahamut. And I was taken
she looks at you
far
and goes,
away from that
"Nice."
nice town. That nice little town. With about 30 other kids, and there's only like 5 of us left from that bunch. And a handful of others who are already there.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that that's a completely different situation. But she puts out her hand, and you can see that when she puts out her hand, it sort of coalesces with draconic scales that form over the hand. And she goes and presses it up against yours.
Whoa.
There's no reaction.
Nothing. Okay. I
But
wanted to try.
It's cold.
That's a new description.
That's all. It's just cold to the touch. That's all I can feel.
Huh.
But when you
Last
touch your
time-
arm,
Hand.
it's completely fine. Like temperature is fine, feels normal, minus obviously the deformities. But
That's a new descriptor. The last time I tried this with someone and they described it, they heard screaming. And I heard screaming back from them because
who did you?
the
touch?
father of the other one they also did stuff to him.
Hmm.
That's why I thought I'd try it. I wanted to see if somehow they were trying to divide these gifts somehow.
You see her like almost recoil. We have a lot to discuss, especially with the other one that you're talking about that you've heard this screaming with, the daughter of the one that you said had been chosen by Bahamut, and so on and so forth. There's a lot going on now, but
If you want to do this immediately, we can at least set up the conversation with the father of the chosen.
we can do
Don't
that.
know if we can get the granddaughter involved yet.
Understood.
We could get this done, probably done today. I look up. Is it like still noon, like early morning?
It's like 3 p.m.
Okay, yeah. We can do. Another just drop it, Vaughn. We need a meeting.
Pencil it in, put it in the notes. We'll see the receptionist later. This is urgent.
This
Just
is
go up to the
urgent.
fucking guy, nod his head, be like, okay, pick the candle.
It's just we walk in. We need a meeting. It's urgent. Just
So
the
I'm conflicted
Start
because at the same
crossing off
time,
other appointments.
because you talked about how in the coming few weeks, the cult is going to make their move, and you're assembling forces.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted between trying to figure out what we can do now versus what we need to do before other ones because of what the time constraint is in general.
He's one of the people who's arranging the troops, so
Okay.
kill two birds, one stone.
Okay, then maybe that's for the best that we start. Because
Also, did we get a name for the guy who was like the in command while she was gone?
you didn't get the name, but he was the person that you brought to
Yeah.
the Emerald Enclave's leader. You didn't get a name from him, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh man, he's there too. If you want to meet with him to get a little better recap of what's been going on in
I
Dragonspear.
have clearly been. I have a lot to do in El Terrell, clearly.
Yeah.
You see her eyes just widen as like she presses the fingers into her side of her head.
Shit's
This has
gone
been-
real bad in
This has
like
been a
these
crazy
few weeks.
few hours, to say the least.
It's been a crazy few weeks for us.
All right. Do you have a way to get to El Terrell?
Hell mode activated.
Just the glasses just
Ring.
slide down.
Helm activated. Please choose destination.
Just pull out a rock, touch it to the top. Destination accepted. Put the rock away.
It's just immediately like, please choose destination.
Touch the rock to it. El Terrell. Destination accepted. El
You
Terrell.
picked. You can select everyone here because I believe you can teleport
Yep.
with what, 6 people?
No, it's 10.
Oh, is it 10? All right. Well, you got plenty of space, anyways. You transport
Yeah.
to El Terrell. Were you choosing the exit gate? Were you choosing inside the wolves' den, or primarily whenever you've teleported there, you've typically teleported out of sight.
Yeah, we'll go by the gate, just slightly off the way. We don't need to ruin the bar again.
You transport in and start making
And
your way
plus, then we can immediately tell them we need Vaughn at the gate.
there. Okay, that's fair. So you go to somebody and you're like, "We need to talk to Vaughn," and they
Tell them
go
the
off.
usual meeting place.
You do also have the sending stone connected to Onthar, so you could have just sent it via that.
I forgot we gave him one.
Yeah. Well, he gave you
Oh no, the sending stone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Who did we give the ring to? We gave the ring to somebody. Didn't we give it to one of them?
I don't recall.
I thought we had one ring left over
Well, you had the
because Jacqueline left.
I don't remember.
So we made the rings before Jacqueline left.
Right.
I thought she gave it back to us.
I'm pretty sure she did.
And I thought we gave it to one of them.
We'll assume Onthar has it. Still only 9 miles.
9 miles. 9 miles. Off of South City.
9 miles? 9 miles. Off of north-south.
City.
Okay. So, you get in contact with Onthar. You ask him to assemble Vaughn to discuss.
Probably also invite him and the others to come along too.
Probably
For the
for
war
a good
cancel
sake.
part.
Pretty much the authority in El Terrell, minus the Emerald Enclave's leader, because he's currently busy setting up different things.
Yep.
You enter Wolves' Den. You see the bartender. The entire place is empty. It seems like this place has gotten like no business lately. Constantly at this point.
I wonder why.
But you go in.
And I apologize.
He gives you a nod, lifts the candle, opens the door. Everybody goes in. He comes inside, closes it, puts the candle down. And inside the room, you can see Vaughn, Onthar, Leosin, and Nassim are all within this room.
Those motherfuckers.
Leosin was
Man,
the
how many times
kind
are we
one.
gonna have this
Nassim
meeting?
was the asshole. Nassim is the I guess co-captain to Leosin. Kind of like how Vaughn is the co-captain to Onthar.
And we recount everything we need to.
Okay. You go over the entire story. You bring in first off
Yeah.
the mistress, who when she enters, you can visibly see Onthar and Leosin both just like look at each other and lean back. I was not aware that you would be joining us. Yes, there's a lot to discuss. And
Yeah, we
then you start to
figured out why
recount.
she was missing.
How much do you recount? Do you recount everything? Like the entire conversation, traveling to Mechanus, all this other stuff.
Probably that the Mechanus parts are missing, and that there's now at least at most 4 of them left here that the cult could be trying for. Yeah, pretty much all of it.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fair. I was merely
Anything that
curious.
the mistress absolutely doesn't want shared, we'll leave out. And I feel like it's very easy to tell
Yeah.
what she wants left out or not.
Yeah. Or probably the case. So you discuss pretty much everything, minus the fact that she's a chosen by Bahamut, that she's a dragon, that
Dragon.
the leader of or the lordship from Tian is one, the Grand Maven is one, that the northern continent was actually created, or at least the facility there to house people was created by his lordship, and all this other stuff. Well, actually, they already knew that they had the facility there because you guys talked about that
Yeah.
once you came back.
And she would know that they know about
Yes,
it too.
yes. You pretty much just leave out everything involving the boons from both Tiamat and Bahamut in most cases. How are you trying to describe the fact that you need to see Quinn? I guess is an important question. Because by leaving out that detail, you're kind of hiding the factor.
I would ask that we have that part just to Vaughn.
Ah, I see. So you want to just discuss
Like that would be in private.
Okay, I see.
I'll let them do a little war talk and stuff first
Okay, so as
before
you
we move on to that private part.
as you regale the entire room with this situation, Onthar looks down at his hands. What the fuck? All right. Rubs
I'm
his
tired
hand
of
over
nothing
his
going
entire
our way.
head. It's not that it's not going our way. It's just that I'm not sure what to do with this information. Clearly, they've tried to get to this Mechanus. They've been unsuccessful, which is a good thing, versus you all who have been successful. We can use that.
Yeah. My takeaway is, I think they found the one. I ended up with the one they found, but there's at least 4 more. If I'm, it said there was 5, and we returned 1, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So there's at least 4 more somewhere. Who knows if they're on this specific continent?
Who even knows if they're on this specific existence, this plane?
Judging from the explanation, I'm pretty sure they are.
Well, I mean, I guess that's fair. These keys, I guess. Is there any way to find them, to track them down?
Yeah. I pull my new staff off my back. I think this might react to him, seeing as it before it was attached to the staff. It did.
Are you talking about the?
The gemstone.
Well, I mean, that would be one way to find it for sure, but for the time being, it's something to keep on the back burner. Because ultimately, if we stop the cult, then we can find those at our leisure. Or hell,
Yeah.
maybe even this Primus can just find it at their leisure. If you've
I don't-
returned
I don't
one,
think
maybe
they'll-
they've gotten, I don't know, stronger or something. I'm not sure, but we have bigger issues at hand. We still have to deal with both of you. Speaking of which, have you garnered anything about your words in your head?
We have not.
Other than we need to find what was taken, which was apparently memories of their death. No, not much. We don't know where to even start looking for those.
All right, well, then we're still sort of, I guess, in a state of limbo. We just have to wait and see. We don't have the force to go out and search these things, so that'll just have to wait. If, and this is a big if, say the cult hasn't found any. Say that the cult doesn't know even where to look, like we don't. If they don't have something like that, then maybe they won't even be able to find any of them. Maybe you're one of the only few that can. I don't know.
I have a feeling it won't stop them from looking, but I don't. I mean, I agree. I don't think it's the high priority. It's just another facet of what they're doing.
I guess the bigger question is why are they looking, right? Like, what would they have to gain from something like this?
Well, I mean, if the forces of chaos destroy the literal embodiment of order,
That would make sense. By destroying order, it would, well, end everything that was rightfully created, I guess. I don't even know what that would entail, to be completely honest.
no idea.
Probably best not to find out. So probably best that we make sure that they
Yeah.
don't find these things, and at the very least, make sure that they don't go to Mechanus. But if that's everything, you said that you needed to discuss something with Vaughn, so
Yes.
I'll leave that to you all. And Vaughn will walk with you all outside of this room as Onthar, Leosin, and Nassim sit down and discuss about what their
they're
next
gonna use
steps
this
are.
room. Oh, okay.
Oh, are you planning to
Uh,
use this room? Because, okay, then they switch out, they leave, you guys stay.
I mean, the better question is, who needs this room more? If you guys have a second similar room, we can go there. If it's weaker, or
We're just
maybe-
discussing our next steps. It'll be fine.
Okay.
So then they leave. You guys do that awkward, like, start to leave and then, like, wait, but we kind of needed this room. And they're like, oh, sorry. And they kind of sit. There's that beat. And like, oh, do you still need it? Okay, then they stand up and then they walk out. You need to discuss something with me. I'm assuming it has something to do with you, madam. And she looks at him. Yes and no. And she kind of just points to all of you to kind of explain.
Is she willing to let us explain everything to him?
She gives you the eye of yes.
All right. And we do it.
Frying
Wait,
his
that's-
brain with your new staff.
That's the death beam again.
Microwave
No.
beam.
Do you smell bacon?
It's
Why
a
does
real
everything
shame
smell like
that
copper?
they're all- I
But
would assume
you,
we just smell electricity because isn't he a blue dragon thing?
Yeah, it's blue. Or it's red, sorry.
Oh, okay. So we just smell fire and smoke.
As you are explaining this, his eye continues to get wider and wider till the point of where it almost looks like it's gonna fall out of his eye socket. And after you start explaining the situation with his daughter, Quinn's mom, being a chosen by Bahamut situation, he slams his hands down and says, "Wait.
Nani?
Are you trying to insinuate that Quinn has something from this?"
We don't know. You think if we had any actual answers, we'd be anywhere in any of the situations we are? We're making the best sense out of what we get.
As he kind of sits there just staring at the floor, his leg bouncing.
We know they wanted us for something specific. I don't know how this boon stuff works.
Did you also talk about the touching screams, right? Between Vaughn and you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The mistress leans over and her hand kind of coalesces.
Oh,
This is
We're in the deep south now.
What?
what?
Coalesces
Oh,
into some draconic scales and touches the side of
Holy
his face.
Ah.
When she touches him, she just
you
looks
know,
at
it's real
you,
bad when
Felix.
we got that far south that quick.
Even when she does this very quickly, he recoils back and like steps away, like avoiding her touch. She just looks at you, Felix, and says, "It's just as cold." Something that happened to the two of you is, at the very least, similar. You brought up an interesting point of maybe they're trying to divide their power. This could be part of it. In the previous conversation that was brought up of how Vaughn had met with Resmir, who did this situation and brought up this deal of experimenting on Quinn, but Vaughn taking or trying to experiment on his daughter, and him taking hold of basically replacing her with him, so that way they experiment on him instead of her. She leans in and says that it's likely that Resmir has the same sort of energy that his lordship has. Much like how some of us can contact through touch, Resmir might have the sense of just being able to know when within proximity. Was the conversation of the words combined with discussing with her before? I guess that'll come down to Rex and Ryder, whether or not you two would have divulged that to her.
Or a lot. I would.
At this point, I would assume so because everything's
Yeah, I mean, we're
out.
also
Okay.
trying to find a way to fix our words. We're not going to hide it
Right.
Yeah, there's no really
necessarily
point.
from the people who could give us.
Guidance in that situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or give us like the slight hints to ever closing for this cure.
You could come in contact with someone of your own kind, and you could then tell that you are the same through touch.
No, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't work like that. There was only one person I knew who had the specific boon,
Well,
but that person's
from
Well,
what
also
I
no longer with-
remember,
yeah. Let me just go through it again. If you touch somebody of the same word of power, then you knew that they had your word of
Oh.
power.
Yes, yes. Well, I knew that they had something special with them.
Well,
yeah.
you knew that they were literally the same as you.
Yeah.
Zacharias was the only one that you knew of with his word being able to know what other people's words are through touch.
Yeah.
and you could tell if they had just a word, period.
Yes. Okay, I gotcha. Yes.
Yeah, you
Only
know who
Zacharias-
others were that had your same word.
It. You could tell they had a word. If they had the same word, you knew it. And Zacharias could just see everyone's word.
Well, you actually wouldn't know if
Right.
other people had words, unless they had your word.
Okay.
Word.
Anyways, so maybe it's the same sort of behavior. With Tiamat being more restricted, her power is more likely less volatile than Bahamut's. And while we have substantial strength, Tiamat has only minor amounts and has to distribute it amongst several different beings. Not the same as what happened to you two, pointing at Vaughn and Felix. You aren't necessarily, I guess, chosen. It was more experimented on. I'm not sure how these two were given their powers either, but if the only way to return them is through their memory of their death, then their death has something to do with it. I guess what I'm trying to say is Tiamat has had to use a third party to effectively gain more favor here. The 5 that she chose before might have only been moderately powerful versus, say, Rezmir, who's, I guess, the embodiment of her. He houses everything about this. He's directly tethered to Vaughn and his eye, and tethered to all of the Cult of the Dragon. So if Rezmir has the capability of sight, just like the Lordship does, then it all falls down onto Rezmir. And if Rezmir's gone, then maybe this whole will blow over. Maybe we don't have to try to go into a war with the remainder of the cult. And maybe your words will vanish from that. But no, that doesn't make sense, because you have to return what you've lost. And what you've
To
lost
be
was...
fair, I don't think we're strong enough to take him out before the battle.
Alright, that makes sense. Ira, you had a bubbling black flask, correct? You showed that to me when
Yes.
you were discussing it.
Yes.
What became of that?
I gave it to you.
I thought you... Oh, right.
Oh, I do have one on me.
Right. You were tasked with giving it to Ryder, but then you gave it to her, because she
Yep.
was going to take it so that way she can do research on it.
Yep.
Right. Sorry, my mind's a little bit jumbled.
It's alright.
That substance is alive. if you haven't gathered that yourselves. Whatever it is, it's from the Nine Hells. And
Making the Nine Hells ring.
it's housed. It houses memories.
Memories.
If you've, she kind of like looks down. Have you heard of an Ublex before?
Everybody looks at Ryder.
I take out the bucket.
She looks down and very concerned.
Well, why? You've been
Yes.
holding that on the whole time.
in the bag of holding, yeah.
Yeah.
Remind us what it tastes like.
Super rotten and sour.
I believe when you ingested it, you quite literally take psychic spikes to the brain.
Yes.
He
Speaking of
takes
that,
damage.
Oh god.
By the way, what's Furlong been doing? This
yeah, I was
entire
about to
time?
say.
Furlong at this point has, while you guys were in Mechanus, has been following you, Ryder, but she hasn't been saying anything. She's been mainly silent for the most part. During all of this, she looks at you quite kind of quizzically, and as this discussion happens, if they house memories, then maybe she looks down at the mess. That's part of it.
That's what I thought too. I just don't know how to.
Reclaim it, I guess.
Yeah, eating it, ingesting it didn't work.
Well,
so
again, you've also been ingesting other segments of it as on top of that, so it's like you don't have the refined source.
Yeah. Maybe if I eat the whole thing, it would.
Chug, chug, chug.
Chug, chug,
He
chug.
just turns into Furlong.
If this houses the memory, we don't know what memory it is.
That might not be mine.
Well, it came out of Furlong, so my guess is Furlong's?
Well, okay, so this comes to what Frulam said to Ryder before. So this is all on Ryder's memory of the situation. But when
Right.
she
I'm
drank...
literally making the guess that because it erupted out of Furlong.
Well, right, but here's... This is something I'm pretty sure Jordan probably forgot and hasn't
Probably.
connected to. When Frulam spoke to you the first time after you, I guess, ingested some of this, she said that she saw your death.
Yes. So,
And that
right, yeah.
she lived it through you after drinking the black flask, the bubbling black flask.
Yeah. Oh. Right. So that's mean. Yeah, like you said, the bubbling black flask is memories, and that's how they're making the bubbling black flask
With your memories.
with my memories. So she consumed my memories from that. So does that mean it's gone then? And she had it. Well,
I don't think that claiming the incorrect one resolves it. It might actually make matters worse, because each one might be their own sentient entity. So, since the two of you have your own words, the two of you possibly have your own unique black flasks that are tethered to you.
mm-hmm.
If it only comes
Now the
from your
question
death...
is,
Oh, go ahead.
now the question is, how can we tell which one is ours with the black flask?
Yeah, is there a
So
way to
for-
tell?
Because so far we know two, right? One non-bubbly and one bubbly.
Right. The normal black flasks, to my understanding, are fails. They're situations where the entity either wasn't accepted or the body repelled it, or it didn't succeed, or the body was too decayed. The bubbling black flasks are situations like yours, where Tiamat was actually rooted into the back of your brain, and then
Boon was placed.
the boon was placed.
Hmm.
So, if the bubbling black flask is a fragment of your mind, and Tiamat houses that fragment, if you return the originally lost, it would remove the position that she would have, and therefore it would be expelled.
And then back to the question, how do you know who's bubbling flask is whose?
That's the problem, is we weren't able to know. Even the bubbling black flask that you brought us, Ira, we haven't been able to find anything out about what it houses, just that it does in fact show, I guess, brief images of what it is, because the sentient entity inside of it, the bubbling isn't just from temperature. It's actually coalescing into the fragment itself. Out of fear of what it could do, we sort of didn't test a lot of substances with it. But if we were to give it free rein, then maybe it will actually show the memory.
Maybe.
But only consuming bits of it, will it show you brief memories of who it contains?
I don't know what the hell that is. And she points down to the globule of both of your buckets full of this shit.
Oh, it's Ublex.
Right. I've gathered that. I don't know what the situation is with that. I don't know how that happened, because obviously the other one that Ira gave us didn't do that.
That one came out of a person.
This one came out of a person.
Yes, it came out of Frulam Mondoth?
Yeah.
Yep.
After a few months though, too.
Well,
Right.
it came out. So basically, again, going over to remind the situation. When you went to go back to Frulam's body, basically, when you went to find your home source or the source of where that memory was, so that way you could get a tethered point to where you needed to go to possibly find this segment, you saw Frulam's body. So you traveled to Frulam's body, and though the rest of the room was decayed, disgusting, and there was rot and
Oh yeah, her body
decay,
was
100% preserved. So you took her body, and then you proceeded to give her a black flask at Dragon Spear. Not a bubbling
Oh,
one,
yeah.
just a regular black flask.
right.
And that's when the Ublex came out. And after killing that, it coalesced into this bucket of filth.
I mean, I didn't have to take the bucket, but you know.
I understand that, but I'm just stating that that's what it was, and you spent
Okay.
as long as you could to scoop up every bit of it.
Yes, I got 2 buckets full of it. I remember.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe that's due to violent reaction between 2 separate ones. Or maybe it's from, you said that she ingested a bubbling black flask and had your thoughts or your memory in that moment. Maybe this is what happens when you choose the wrong one. I'm not sure. We won't know until it, I guess, happens again. But
You don't have any black flask on us currently, right?
2 bubbling black flasks. I have one, and she has one.
well, Rex has one.
Oh, X has one too. Oh.
Rex has the one that the other captain had.
Oh.
Or is that the one that you have?
Maybe. I just have put one in my inventory eventually.
I don't remember the captain
It was
having one.
probably Jordan
you
has
mean-
that one because
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, then yeah,
he was controlling Rex.
that's right. So you grabbed
Ah.
it from the body. The
Right.
fake captain did have
Oh.
one, so that's what that one was.
Maybe. Maybe the
And
keepers of the
then-
bubbling black flask are someone who's close with that person. Like mine was with Fumlan, and then Rex was with the captains.
Could also be that the cult is just fucking with everyone. And anybody that starts to waver from the path, they try to dispose of.
Teehee.
But then, the first time we saw Bubbling Flask was at the tribal camp, correct?
Yes.
Guy, yeah. When he drank one, he just what did he do? He transformed into like a
He went crazy and deranged.
yeah.
He didn't alter in shape or anything. The only one that did was Frulam that you recall.
But we gave her a normal black flat.
She drank a bubbling one, as far as you could
Right.
tell. During your fight with her, is what I'm saying, with the dragon eggs.
Yeah, I remember.
So, you've seen 2 people drink bubbling black flasks. One was the tribal leader, who became deranged and belligerent, and then Frulam, who seemed to be like a half coalesced entity because she had dragon scales or like draconic scales covering half her body, while the other side was like tears flowing from her face. I think this might be for another time, but
Yes. Without
We-
a definite answer, it's dangerous.
Yeah. Can't just
precisely.
Well,
This would be
here's
some-
one quick question I need for a potential option here. I can't remember. Have we been allowing people to switch out spells once every day?
Yeah. I've allowed,
Okay.
once you get a long rest, you can swap out spells. You can swap
Okay.
out basically a leveled spell of that level with another leveled spell of that level, sort of deal.
I couldn't remember. That's how you're doing it. I have detect thoughts then. Which I will try casting on the Oobleck.
Let me
bucket?
detect them squishy thoughts.
Which here's a fun thing is I have encode thoughts. So if I do happen to find something in there, I can pull it out of there and have it as a separate module.
So wait, so you have detect thoughts, but you have like a enhanced version of it?
So the cantrip encode thoughts, when I'm doing detect thoughts or modify memory, I can do that effect. Instead of pulling my memories out of my head, I can pull theirs out of their head.
like
when they're
Dumbledore does in
scrambling
Harry
around me.
Potter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's interesting. Now I just need to
Yep.
look up the creature's stats. I'm going to assume that
Slime.
it's. I'm going to
Slime.
assume that it has an intelligence higher than 3.
Slime.
I would hope.
I would also hope. In fact, I'm going to assume it does. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna say it does. Interesting.
Wait, so we're gonna use detect thoughts on the bucket of Oobleck?
Slime.
On the bucket or the bubbling one?
Bubbling. All the way.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Unless you want to keep eating the
Okay.
bucket.
No, I'm good. I
You could
do
also
have
do
detect
both anyways, so.
that too. I do have detect thoughts right now, so I could see if both of them say something. I mean, it is alive. You said so. That's technically a creature, yeah.
The bubbling one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just reading on detect thoughts. Okay. I just need to know what their wisdom trait is, because if you're going to delve into this, it's going to take a wisdom saving throw on their end.
Yep.
All right.
Do I get any surface thoughts?
Surface thoughts? No. It's almost completely devoid of surface thoughts.
Yeah, then I will delve deeper.
You know, I'll help you too.
By the way, it definitely has a higher intelligence than 3.
What is it? 6?
Well,
4.
Well, if I'm remembering Ublex, they're
18.
a decent creature.
They are in fact a decent creature. Okay. So it needs a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
And what's your spell save DC? Doesn't matter.
What did it roll?
So low it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, it's 17. My saving throw.
A 12.
Okay.
Since he's doing that, can I do one on the bubbling flask?
That's what he's doing it on. You
Okay,
can do it on the
no,
other
no,
one if
no,
you
I
want.
thought I was doing it on the Ublex.
Oh,
Oh, you're
Oh.
doing it on the buckets.
yeah. He is.
Oh, you're
And
doing
I'll
it on the
do-
buckets, and you wanted to do it on the bubbling?
Yeah.
I mean, if I can tell there isn't any surface thoughts to be gained from the buckets, I'd do it on the flask.
There are no thoughts to be gained from the buckets.
Okay, so that was with my flask then.
I'll do the same, just so we could both.
Do you have detect thoughts? Since when?
Yeah, since always.
He's had
Huh.
it for a while. He just hasn't really used it.
Yeah, I had no
I-
time to really use it.
Well, it got a 9 against its wisdom save for you, Jordan. So
Yeah.
I will need both of you to make wild magic
magic.
checks, though.
Right.
Here comes the fireball.
I'm
Hey.
fine.
We're
Yep.
good.
Okay.
Because, you know, I'm still low HP.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Me
Let me
too.
roll re-magic. Let me re-roll my magic. My wild magic.
Go for that explosion.
Maybe.
Okay. So both of you.
Yeah.
You gather. You effectively witness the same exact scene that Rex had seen when he was at his home, the orphanage before, standing in the room, and when he collapsed on the ground. That same depiction seems to reside within this entity when you detect the thoughts.
We see Rex in the vision?
You are seeing through Rex's eyes.
So it is. Okay, seen through Rex's eye. Okay.
So do we see his death?
You witness the exact same thing that Rex described to you when he believes that it was his death. The door flinging wide towards you, and then stepping through the flames was the captain trying to garner sympathy and help and all that situation.
Oh. I look at Felix. You
We
saw
don't
what I saw,
See
right?
anything more?
You don't see anything more, no.
Yeah, I look at Felix. You saw that, right? That was definitely.
Oh, yeah, I do the encoding thoughts. And,
Everyone can now see Rex's death.
Wow.
Rex is like,
what? Oh, no.
I kind of vomit a little blood and like
Oh my god.
dying in my mind and real life.
Not a new plug bucket. I have to eat that later.
So we confirm
Well, I mean, it
This
doesn't just
flask.
create like a projection.
Oh, what is
It's
it?
it's like in Harry Potter where it's the strand till you put it in like. till
Okay,
make
so you
the
have.
thing.
I guess you have
I-
a Motorola picture of it.
I
ready
have
to-
essentially I have a silvery pearl
Cool.
made of strands.
So you have created the story in a pearl.
Yeah.
He wants to document this for later, so that he can relive it over and over again.
So now we know this bubbling flask is actually Rex's memories.
No wowie.
and don't we need the physical memory as well too?
I believe that this is the physical memory. The creature houses that segment because it effectively stole it from you.
So now
Consume the
what?
pearl.
Am I supposed to apply
Eat
this
the
to my
pearl.
skin?
I
Eat
don't.
it.
I don't know.
Down the hatch.
Ryder, have you talked about how after eating the segment that you can see Frulam?
He's
Uh,
never mentioned it
I don't
to
think
us
you
once.
have.
Uh,
Would Ryder have, or no?
yeah, I think he would have. Metabeam. Everyone, I see Flamon when I eat this bucket of shit. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that I'm talking to her.
Do we have a safe place
Maybe
to
we should
experiment?
tie him up and give him the flask.
Privately. A what?
Yeah, because we saw what happened to the other two. They went crazy in some different way. If we don't want the rest of you going crazy, so if we could like secure you into a room.
To be fair, we also saw an Obek explode out of somebody. Some rope might not necessarily do it.
But that was just a normal black flask, not a bubbling one.
To be fair, she
So,
also
my
had a
question
black
still stands.
flask bubbling one in her.
Is Bond still here, right?
Yeah, Vaughn's still there listening to this whole thing. I thought this
He's
had
not-
something to do with Quinn, but I'm glad that we figured out something else. That's fine.
It's-
We can find a safe place. If anything, the safest place might be the bottom of
Tiny hut.
it might be the bottom of Alexander's Tower, where we do the oath for,
Right. Oh man.
because
Do we really want to do it there, though?
they can't
'Cause
get
that
out
seems
unless
more-
they're a member of the order. It can act
We could
as
leave him down there
effectively a
forever.
prison.
Okay, that seems more reasonable then to do. I say we should try this now, because since we're a very time restrictive moment.
This could be a big breakthrough that we
Yep.
need as well.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Rex, that you're gonna have to be the guinea pig for this, though.
Just don't turn into a pile of goop, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to hold another bucket of another Ooblex and eat it once in a while to remember you. I'm gonna start seeing Rex visions now. It's gonna be like freaking Piccolo seeing Kami and Nail talking
I'm
to
gonna
Kami and
like
Nail.
vomit thinking about you having to eat like gooey fucking Rex.
You're just crying as you take big goopy handfuls of Rex.
Oh my
and
god!
just-
Stop. Ugh.
And then I'm just sitting there like, hey guys, after eating this for like weeks, it's not that bad.
Behind my
Anyways,
back, I funnel around my bracelet behind my back, knowing what could happen.
Alright.
that's fair.
Are you going to accompany us as mistress, or are you going back to
I
Dragon's
think
Keep?
that it might be a good idea that I do. Mainly because this will also help aid our experiments with the other one.
Should we do this now or should we rest first? Because I know
I say we
again.
do it now.
You have another. You have one. Would you be willing to let me try to figure out if that's Ryder's?
It's
some
back
point?
at it's back at
Dragon Spear?
Dragon Spear, but
Maybe we should do this first and see if it's actually
Oh,
worth
we're definitely doing this first.
to see if it's worth it. And Rex said he's down to do it right now. So, before anything else happens, let's
To the tower.
to the tower.
all right.
Am I a member of the order still or no?
You were reinstated.
Okay, nice.
Pretty sure after coming back and
With information, yeah.
with information and all that other stuff, and
Coming
Tion.
back from being on the run from heretics.
yeah, a lot's happened in the span of 5 days.
It's-
Being able to teleport with the helmet really makes transportation nice
yeah,
and easy.
it's gonna make me really miss it when in the next campaign.
oh,
Hey.
God.
Hey, if you're DMing it, you can just give us one. If you don't want to deal with travel,
Anyways, we're at the
traveling's
tower.
important in the next one, anyways. Okay, so you're going towards the tower. Are you getting a rest in? You can at least get a short rest in while you're traveling.
Oh,
Yeah, I
are you
guess-
getting a rest in? Are you getting arrested? It's like, what?
Not again. They follow
look,
us.
From
been
the
a-
sky, 3 more of those robotic figures slam.
I'm
You've
gonna
broken the order.
I'm gonna
You
take
found out
a
our
short
secret. You
rest
must
and
die.
You must
use
die.
a couple of my dice.
Mason, you cannot be stopped.
All right.
Alright, at least that should be enough health. Alright.
Olivia, the sound alerts are turned off. But ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
Okay. But you can get a short rest in while traveling towards the tower. As you do, Vaughn basically leads you guys in and takes you guys down the steps, and you guys are now in the basement of it. Some of you have never been down here because you've never had direct access to it. The room itself, again, expansive in carved out stone masoned like crystal, almost kind of like a dome that was carved out.
Home.
There's lockers to the left of you that have been housing several different things, but more or less this place is pretty empty, and expansive. Probably about, we could say, there's about a 50-foot space in here, minus the actual altars for the order, or for taking the pledge.
Is that somebody's Discord?
I'm not hearing anything. Is that your Discord?
Oh, it's not my Discord.
What do you?
I didn't hear a single thing.
Yeah. What did you potentially hear that was?
Maybe the Discord notification.
Yeah.
Was not from me. I
I didn't hear
have
anything.
streamer mode on, so it doesn't make noise. Anyways, so what's going to happen down here?
We're gonna tie Rex to a chair.
There aren't any chairs in here.
We're gonna
We're
tie
just
him to
gonna
the
tie him
floor.
up in the
Okay,
middle
you
of
I'm
the
can
room.
assuming I'll be in this room by myself.
No,
No, we're tying you
No,
up.
we all gotta watch.
we're gonna
We all
hog tie you so you can't do anything, and then we're gonna force feed you this flask.
Oh, and the
You're gonna
Ublex.
see Ira, Felix, and the mistress all have notes and like science lab coats on.
There's a single light above Rex's head.
I'm assuming the door has like a small window you can look through.
Maybe we should put his
Delta
weapons in the locker as well.
We'll take all that stuff from him. Yep.
Sorry, Zatan, you're gonna be in this locker.
It's not responding, is
Rex still knows that Zatan has not responded since the contact with Zalusk.
Put in the locker, and I swallow the key.
Oh
ultimate
no,
defense.
a locker. No way will anybody Gopher ever be able to open that. No
Gopher.
way.
Go for punch.
Oh.
Go for eats the
okay.
locker.
Fuck, even the mistress would be able to just like rip it open with a single like hand.
I just like the idea of Gopher then eats the locker.
Eats the locker.
Have at her,
Ah,
champ.
you can't get to the locker now. The
Oh,
key's in
God.
him. The locker's in me.
Okay.
Right, so we tie him down.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So who
Ryder,
wants to
give him
do
the
the
flask.
honors?
I love how this conversation
I
has
don't know.
gone.
You're looking at me. Who's doing it?
And Ryder literally goes,
Ira.
"Who wants to do the honor?"
Oh.
I literally go, "Ryder, feed him the flask."
Well,
All right,
Rex,
here we go. Down the hatch, Rex. You ready? This can either save you or the other thing.
this requires a gentle touch, not from you.
And then take it.
Like a newborn baby, I cradled his head.
pull it back, like just
And I make
swallow.
airplane noises.
No, he likes the train.
Oh, chaka 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 chaka. Choo choo. Open
Entering
wide,
the
Rex.
tunnel.
As you drink this, Rex, the moment it touches your tongue, you immediately feel this disgusting, almost chemical taste. You have to almost force yourself to swallow because the moment that it hits the back of your throat, you can feel an intense sense of burning. As you continue to drink the substance, you can feel your tongue go numb, the back of your throat tightening and trying to expel it as it goes. But being force-fed it and needing to breathe eventually, you get it down. And it has this very ashy aftermath where your entire mouth fills with this almost paste-like demeanor. And you instinctively give out a cough. Everyone can see that when he coughs, this ashen color sort of pours out as he gives a cough. And a moment passes. A second moment passes. A third. And almost 30 seconds later, nothing seems to happen before Rex, your entire body convulses. Your head lurches backwards. Your eyes fully wide and open as you let out this gasping air. And in an instant, you just, almost like you spit. There's this thickened black globule that shoots out from your mouth and you spit forwards before you rightfully pass out.
Guys, what is that?
Did I take any damage?
Nope, no damage.
What is that? Black goob. We'll take it to study. And I get the code box.
God.
I use Mage Hands to put it in the box.
As you touch it with
Mage Hand touches it.
Yep, as Mage Hand touches it, it enlarges
Oh.
massively. Fills a 20-foot space, and you can hear the sounds of red screaming heads emerge from it, as the entirety of this Ooblex seems to have been activated by the mere touch of your Mage Hand. And I need everybody, minus Rex, to roll initiative.
Slot.
Hey, can you get a map out?
I was not expecting this, but I will create a minor map, I suppose.
Create minor map, my favorite spell.
Yes.
It's a very handy cantrip.
It's very, very handy.
Let me just create a new page, I suppose. I'll
Wow.
just put you guys in there.
Wow.
Draw tool. I'm just gonna do a circle. That's probably fine.
Just do shapes, Tylers.
Yeah.
It's much easier for you.
There we go.
You're green.
Shut up. Shut your face.
Hey, don't forget the door and stuff.
Everybody put your people down. I'll put Rex down. In the center of the
Wow.
room.
Rex.
Give me a symbol. I'm
I was
sleeping.
way in the back. There's a way I was like, eh.
There you go.
Wow, he's dead.
Virtually sleeping.
Don't forget the mistress.
Don't forget about.
The
Yeah, don't forget Vaughn too.
Wait,
Yeah, I do gotta put Vaughn in there, and I have to put the mistress in there as well. Here will be Vaughn. There. And I'll just use this as the mistress. As I have to now place. I'm assuming you guys actually backed up from Rex after he coughed this up, so I wouldn't be. I would say you're probably.
Oh, was he? Was it just right in front of him? Oh,
Yeah, it happened. It enlarged like directly in
Well,
front of him.
to be fair, Ryder has to be within like couple feet of him.
Well, I mean,
I
he
backed
used
the fuck up
he
after I
used
did
the mage hand to touch it.
I don't think.
We're just gonna use this as that.
Wow, it's so little. Oh my god, it's
Oh.
huge.
This is a little bit bigger.
My fairy, no.
There we go.
Holy fuck, it's massive.
Oh.
And how do I do this again? Oh, those are bars. How did I make it red?
Red.
Whatever. It's red. I didn't have a figure for it. Wasn't expecting you guys to get this far. I kind of didn't think about detect thoughts. All right, that's fine.
Fool.
Anyways, initiative time.
I like initiative.
Initiative.
When I roll above a 5.
And turn.
Wow.
God,
A ball.
I have to scoot him over so I can
Oh.
add turn to him. 123 hit points. Wow.
Wow.
I was experimenting. It's I also can't make it go away now.
Nice.
There
Alright.
it went. You wanna add us to the turn order?
The turn order is right here. What are you talking about?
We're not on it.
We're not on it.
What?
Nope.
I see you though.
I don't see us.
What?
Yeah, I
What
only
the
see
fuck?
the
They're
Oobleck
disappearing
and
as I touch them.
Vaughn.
What the fuck? What the fuck? They're disappearing. Okay. I guess I have to add everybody again.
Oh, they're gone.
Add,
Bah.
Oh, the Oobleck.
add turn.
Oh, there's Ryder.
And move this out of the
Wow.
way so that way I can add everybody's turn.
Wow.
Oh.
Alright, and now it comes back. I need to do... What? Why did Vaughn not get put in? God damn it.
That roll and that snort sounds like things went well for. Yep. I see that 7.
Wow. She's really good at what she does.
May have rolled a nat 1 for her. Or for them.
For both of them?
Yeah.
Oh shit! This is gonna go real poorly.
Alright.
You got your nat
Felix!
ones out of the way.
Felix, you're up.
Shit.
You can see that as this entity just and coalesces fully into this large pool of screaming heads, it seems to loom over Rex.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna eat him.
Don't let it eat him. Because I'm gonna eat the Ublex first.
I thought if I beat you there first. Time for a feast of heroes.
Tonight we dine like kings.
So what are you doing?
Felix.
Reading something quick.
Mm.
Hmm. Hot.
No, that has no use here.
Oh, reading is useless. Confirmed.
Nope, it's a spell. I was reading Globe of Invulnerability.
Mm.
Ah, it's a good spell.
But
For,
useless.
yeah, for dealing with spells.
Yes.
When the thing is potentially looming over you, about to slap you to death, it doesn't help as much.
No.
I don't think it's going to cast currently in its current area. It would potentially cast spells on.
Power word kill.
Oh no, Rex! Oh.
The moment that it sort of appears, the immediate smell of this room just fills with that sulfur scent like before.
Oh no. It smells bad.
Uh, 20 charges.
There's only happy accidents in this area.
I am going to, through my staff,
With one.
Yeah, you have 2.
I don't know what the other one does, so I'm going to cast Wall of Force and put Rex in a cube.
Hmm.
Protect him
what
from
in me?
urban violence.
Oh.
Interesting.
So
Wall of Force, huh?
I need to reread that. I need to double check and make sure.
Wall of
That's
Fire.
yours.
Interesting.
Up to, okay. So
So I'm in a wall of force.
You're basically in a dome.
Don't
What?
home.
A
I'm using
hemispherical
the
dome.
I'm using the panes, and then I'll put one across the top.
So,
It's literally I build a cube out of the 10-foot panels.
yeah, and you basically seal him inside of it.
Ugh.
There doesn't happen to be a hole 1 inch thick, does there?
Strangely enough, no.
'Cause otherwise, you just created a death cube for him.
Die! Rex goes in there, it's like, well, hi.
All right.
I think an octopus to squeeze into the tiniest holes.
Interesting. I am gonna need you to make a wild magic check.
For using my item,
Oh, that was from the item. I thought that was a spell that you cast.
I cast it through the staff.
Ah, then no, it doesn't need anything.
And hang on a second.
It would push the creature if it was in the space, but
Yeah, no, it'd be useless to surround the creature. Anyway,
well, yeah, you wouldn't be able to hurt it.
exactly.
Also, it fills more than a 10-foot space.
He's a big boy.
Well, no, I get to because I'm using the panels. I can make 10-foot panels.
Right, but it doesn't matter. Geometrically, that wouldn't fit. Doesn't matter. Is that everything that you're doing?
Yep.
All right, Ira.
Wow.
You are basically face to face with this slurping boy as this wall of panels sort of emerges over Rex. You can see it just like slam into it in full force, kind of spreading apart before fully re-encompassing once again.
Gross. If I were to stand here,
Yes.
could I shoot a 60-foot cone and not snipe anybody? Would that be possible?
60 foot.
If I fired it straight down, like that way?
No, you would. Ooh.
If I stood there, would it be possible?
Technically, the wall would block part of it, and it would.
Part of it. 60-foot cone is pretty wide.
If you angle it,
If you
standing
angle it right there,
right
I'll
towards
say that
Rex,
you won't hit. You won't hit anyone.
Perfect. I will do that. I'm going to use the staff to cast Cone of Cold.
All right, and that's a dexterity save.
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw, you say?
I am flex.
That is a 22.
Wow, that'll pass. Half damage, though.
Half damage.
I need more 8. I need more d8s. I will roll 4 twice. Oh boy. Wow. 51 half to 25 cold damage.
Damn, as you blast forwards, this cold energy, it just kind of coalesces over the part of it, and you can see bits of the pseudopods at the base of it seem to freeze and crackle off, while the rest of it seems to stand perfectly still.
And get cooked.
As
loser.
you hit it, there is a reaction to the attack, and one of the pseudopods reaches out and goes to swing at you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Will a 22 hit?
Oh my god. Yeah.
I need more d6s.
what?
I didn't have any d6s. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what?
I need more.
Okay, so you suffer 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh
and
my god.
12 points of psychic damage.
Oh my god. What's that in total?
1?
20, 31.
21?
31.
31? Oh boy. Have we had a rest since our
You had a short
Yeah,
rest.
short rest.
short
Did
rest?
you use any dice?
No, I didn't.
Well, right, there you go.
I used all
I'm
my
still up.
dice.
I'm still up, but hardly.
Yeah.
I
But use my
used
reaction
4 on
to,
my dice.
Hellish Rebuke. This bad bitch.
Yep, you can do that.
Fuck you.
Does a reaction again and slap you.
Warlock spells can only be used by Warlock spell slots, or I can use my own.
You can use your own.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll burn a 4th. Fuck this guy.
Okay, that's dexterity?
Yep,
Once you
sir.
freeze it, now you're gonna hellish.
That one
rebuke it.
fails. No way.
So 5d10 fire damage. Luckily, I have many d10s.
Luckily, I have many d10s.
Luckily, my d10s are unparalleled.
Mm-hmm.
35 points of fire damage.
All right. As you erupt it into flames, the cold immediately melts down as part of the flames coalesce over the body, and it bursts into flames in several portions of it. Still standing, however, as the flames lit the body of it, the tendrils once again reach out and slap at you.
No!
I no.
It doesn't seem that this was the creature's reaction. It is part of being attacked, in fact. Okay, so it does have disadvantage, though, because it seems to have caught fire, and several of it just seems to flail around. However, even with disadvantage, that is a dirty 20.
Oh!
Whoa.
Does that hit?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Are you
Don't even
down?
roll. I have 2 HP.
Okay. You do suffer a lot, and now you're unconscious.
Ow.
Great. Now I can be back in peace. Ooh.
Ryder, you're up. You just saw Ira hit this thing, get slapped, burn it, and then get slapped again.
Alright, well, I run now. Since you healed me, I'm gonna cast a level 5 healing word on you with
Alright.
with my bonus action.
Hellish Rebuke was your spell slot, by the way. Roll a wild magic for me.
Him or me?
Ira. This is retroactive. Ira.
Lynn?
I'll just roll. It's fine.
Damn, Ty, you
Doesn't
killed
matter.
him.
He's
Doesn't
at,
Alright. Top of
Because he
my
went
wild
down, he
magic.
said, "I
Which
can be back
Oh,
Tyler,
yeah.
I got a 10.
Okay. Roll me percentile.
I'm sorry, Ira, if I use fireball on you. 61.
61, you say. As you cast the spell, I'm sorry, Ira. I don't want to hurt you. Because you now must. You can only speak by shouting.
I'm just healing! You get
Goku now just screams louder.
you get
stronger.
20 health back.
All right.
he's
I
a
think-
combination of Goku and Call of Duty players.
What are you doing now, Ryder? That was your bonus action.
Yep, I'm going to go right here. No, maybe right here. That's 15 feet away, kinda, yeah.
So where were you originally?
Right here.
Right in this cube?
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 15, 20, 30. In order to get there, you're going to have to cut across this way.
That's fine.
Okay, you're going to invoke an opportunity attack.
Ah, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna. What if I go? What if I can't pick myself up because my pictures? There we go. What if I go here?
Yeah.
Do I still get evoked?
Nope.
Okay. Time to use this new rapier in action. Time to cast the ruby.
Okay.
Oh.
15 feet cone in front of me, so I'm pretty sure I don't hit anybody.
You're going to hit Gopher.
I'm gonna go angle it a little bit towards more Rex.
You're going to hit Vaughn.
What if?
If you went next to Gopher and did it, then you would be good.
Okay, let's do that. Hi,
Okay.
Gopher. Alright, man,
Oh,
must make a
Gopher,
dex
kaboom!
saving throw.
Dex saving throw. Okay. Unfortunately, a dirty 20.
Well,
So-
it says takes half damage still.
Yes.
Wait, no, it's 8. What am I doing? I was rolling 6s. $12 damage. I already did the half.
Already did the half? Alright, and
Yep.
it reignite it as well.
Yes.
However, as being this close, it does take a reactionary hit to you,
yeah, come at me, bitch.
but it does have disadvantage.
Yes.
19.
I use my reaction.
To
I'll
do-
use Sapphire this time to add 5 to my AC. Now I have 20.
Alright, it misses. As it comes out, the dial on your rapiers twists quickly due to your telepathic thought to it, and it will repel out this shield of ice that repels out the attack.
Bitch.
That's good, because the higher would have been a 26, so... Immediately after that, the flames do get put out.
What? Does it?
The flame... Well, I'm saying that it's... Oh, wait, no, it causes it to catch fire, so it's still in fire.
Yeah.
I'm
At the
saying
end of
that
the-
the aversion was gone, but since it actually remains on fire, the reversion is still there.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Alright, that's it for me.
Alright. Vaughn's up. Vaughn is going to... I have to move this out of the way a little bit to move this closer, because he's going to take a swing at it. Going to take his 2 attacks. First one misses, unfortunately. Second one...
Oh no.
Second one hits, and he's going to use a second level Divine Smite. Divine Smite is ridiculous. It brings it down, hits it, and there's this like burst of energy that coalesces through it, and you can see light sort of emanate up from the screaming heads as its form is sort of very quickly dissipating in some places. However, it does take a reactionary attack. Still at disadvantage, and it will miss because of that disadvantage. Gopher, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna rage and hit this guy.
Punch him in the face.
Go
Since
ahead and
technically
attack.
Rex is on the other side, does he get advantage?
No. Large enough creatures don't get disadvantage from this, and it doesn't necessarily. You wouldn't be able to flank it anyways because it has blind sight. It can fully see in every direction around it.
Yeah.
Not if I am underneath it.
If you were underneath it, you wouldn't be attacking it.
We'll see about that. Earth shape.
The flanking isn't about sight, just heads up. It's
I know, but it'd be the same thing with like a beholder type of situation. They can still see and predictably move in
Gopher.
positions.
Punch it. Punch it. Go.
Punch it.
Punch it.
Punch it.
Punch it.
Wait.
Oh
alright,
wait.
alright.
No, you
So-
don't have wild heart anymore, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try reckless attack.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a 13.
13 misses. No, with advantage.
Yeah, you gave advantage, right? Go for
Yeah.
Really?
misses.
You-
Yeah.
Make your second attack.
fuck over. Come on, dude.
Oh my god, that was the same roll. Okay, that's better. 19.
19 will
No.
hit.
Punches Ublex in the fucking face, or I'm gonna eat it.
Punch it. No, I'm gonna bring my sword big time down on it. Another 12.
12 points of damage.
Yep.
All right, you bring your blade down. Are you using the venom?
No.
And
Okay.
Ublex.
As
I'm
it
gonna
cuts
eat this
in,
later.
you can see that it kind of dissipates, and the heads just kind of roll out as the Ublex dissipates into sulfuric mist,
Ew.
and it is dead.
Oh,
What?
wow. Hope we did the finishing blowjob.
You guys hit it with a lot of high-level stuff. It's not exactly
I mean-
like a big boss or anything.
Alright, I would time to chow down.
No, I don't want to.
As
Oh.
the fight dissipates, the walls of panels, I'm guessing, are released.
Is Vex still alive in there?
You can see that he's breathing. He's unconscious, but he's breathing.
Is he Rex, though?
Still looks like Rex.
I guess we should wait for him to wake up. If this does end up working like this, then maybe hopefully that flask you guys have in Dragon Spear is mine.
After even a few hours, it doesn't seem that Rex is waking up. And with that, we're
We
going to call
actually
that
killed him.
evening.
What?
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 What are you doing to us?
Hanging like this?
Thank you.
You know how many
everybody, so
times we
much.
came to a session with Rex either unconscious or mind controlled?
That's just
what
been
I'm saying, like,
that's
we
just
gotta
been
leave you like
tethered to
this.
your guys' decisions and where you guys go. I can't help but say it. I know what this stuff does. I can't stop it.
Last week on Great Gods of War Z, Calvin once again was killed.
Ill. Thank you everybody so much for watching. We'll see you again on another Mr. Adventure.
No, continue the
maybe
session.
you're not with Rex falling asleep still. Who knows?
I guess this is a
Herman.
chow.
Bye.
Right.